Let's be real, staying consistent with your habits is not easy. The problem isn't that you're lazy or unmotivated, it just may mean that you're lacking a proper system, one that allows you to track your progress and reflect on how you've actually been doing. I've always struggled with keeping up with my habits, and it's only this year that I started to kind of understand how to make habits that actually stick. So today, I'm going to show you how I use habit tracking to stay accountable and build habits that actually stick. Step 1. Start by listing 5 to 10 habits that you want to work on. These should be things that you want to incorporate into your life, whether they be big or small. Right now, I think a lot of my habits focus on eating, sleeping, and working out. I've mentioned this in a previous video, but those 3 are the pillars of mental health, and I'm really trying to build a strong, solid foundation to set myself up for better days. The goal isn't to do everything at once. It's actually to build habits that will last a lifetime. Step 2 is to prioritize your habits. Now that you have your own list, the next step is to prioritize them. Here's the thing. We're not perfect people. Life is gonna get in the way, and we're not always gonna have the time or energy to do everything that we really wanna do. Ask yourself which habit would make the most impact in your life right now, or ask yourself which one's the most achievable. Once you have the answer to these questions, you'll know which habits you can keep or let go of when things get tough. Step 3 is to create your habit tracker. This could be on an app on your phone, could be your journal, could be your Notion, could be whatever it is that works for you. Tracking might seem tedious, but it is the key to understanding your own behavior. Think of your habit tracker as a progress report. It's not about being perfect. It's about recognizing patterns and learning from them. Step 4 is to define what success looks like. Now, this is a step that most people don't even realize that they're missing. When we think about building habits, we often are so focused on an end goal that we rarely stop by and think about what success actually means to us along the way. But without a clear criteria, it is so easy to feel like you're failing, even if you are actually making progress. Ask yourself, what counts as success? What counts as you falling short? And most importantly, at what point will I consider this habit a part of my natural routine? To use myself as an example, I'm trying to build a habit of going to the gym. I count that as a success if I go to the gym 3 times a week and lift weights. I'll know that I've truly built a habit when I can't go a full week without feeling the itch to work out. By setting these clear expectations, it helps you stay accountable without second-guessing your progress. Now, step 5 is to start tracking. Now that you have your habits, priorities, and criteria in check, it's time to start tracking. Now, for me, using an app didn't really work out, and I think that right now I definitely prefer using my journal the most. I used to hand draw a chart every single month, write out each and every one of my habits, and tick them off daily. But now I write my habits in my physical journal every week, almost as a goal format. I'll say something like, go lift weight 3 times a week, or be in bed by 11 p.m. The more precise your goal is, the better. I am also experimenting with the new Notion habit tracker that I built, one where you can press buttons and it'll log your habit for you, but also automatically visualize your progress in a chart. This is definitely still a work in progress, but I'm really excited to keep it up to see if a digital tracker that I make helps me stay on top of my own habits more. I know I sound like a broken record, but I can't help but to say that the key is to figure out what works best for you. The best system is one that you'll actually keep up with. Step 6 is to reflect and adjust. Real change comes with understanding your own patterns. You can't improve what you don't recognize, which is why this step is so important. At the end of each week, take some time to review your habit tracker. Ask yourself, what did I accomplish this week? What could I do better? Do I need to rearrange my priorities or change my criteria for success? What have I learned about my habits and behaviors, and do I see any reoccurring patterns that have occurred throughout multiple weeks? I have my own review system where I assign percentages to my habits and give myself a grade. If I completed the habit more than 90%, I get a green check mark. If I did it more than 75%, then I get a blue triangle. And if I just didn't do any of that, then I get a red X. This is where your criteria come in so that you could properly evaluate yourself based on whatever parameters you set earlier. Alongside the evaluation, I write short reflections on the side, and I also give myself direct feedback on just exactly how I can make something better the following week. For example, if I'm struggling to go to bed by midnight, then I will write, next week I will take melatonin at exactly 11 p.m. This way, I have a set plan on just exactly what I'm gonna do to try to achieve what I couldn't the previous week. This is the most powerful part of habit tracking. You have to learn about yourself. The more that you understand your own behaviors and recognize patterns, the more you can use them to your favor. And remember that your habits should be flexible. Life changes, and so should your system. Update your habits as needed to fit your current situation. And step 7, celebrate your progress. Don't forget to celebrate your progress, because positive reinforcement is the best way to stay motivated. I will say this until the day that I die, but the 1% rule is so real. Small habits truly do compound over time. I just want to remind you that even taking steps to build habits is doing more than a lot of other people. Even if your efforts aren't successful, the fact that you are trying is something to be proud of. Remember to validate yourself and give the credit that you rightfully deserve. I like to write almost every other day in my journal that I am doing more than enough and that I am just trying my best and that is all that I can do. Remember to be kind to yourself, recognize your efforts, and keep going. So if you're someone like me who's been struggling for a really long time with habits, I hope that you found something in this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!